Hello AEFCCM and welcome to 2021. As promised, I wanted to just get back to you and report on some of the things that came out of the recent survey that we took, and I'm going to do that in a few minutes. But first I just wanted to say welcome to the new year from the home office. We continue to pray for God's blessing on us in this coming year and upon each one of you in your ministries, and we do hope that we can get to know you better. I do want to say that this survey and reading through it was a real privilege for me. Every time I get to do anything like this for our organization, it's always a blessing. The first thing I want to report on from this are the things that I kind of labeled under celebrate, the things that we can celebrate. These are the types of things that came up. The transformation of lives, God's work in people's hearts and lives individually and specifically. The answering of God's call using his gifts. The diversity and scope of what God is doing through the EFCCM. People coming to faith, baptizing new believers, working closely with our missionaries and team. A passionate local church that had a focus in missions. The amazing people in our agency. The faithfulness of Jesus. The work of women in our mission agency, to teach others the biblical God, saving children's lives and being a witness to God's love for them. There is so much more that was in this to celebrate. By the time I compiled this whole survey, honestly, it got to be over 30 pages long. And of course, I can't include all of those things here. But there was just so much. And like I said, it's just such a blessing to know all that God is doing, and we know that this success in ministry comes through you being faithful to God and walking in relationship with him, and then him bringing forth the increase. We understand that as a mission, really, we can't take any responsibility for that, but we are thankful to be able to come alongside and to see what God is doing in all of these ways. Throughout the survey as well, there were words of affirmation, quite a few of them for the ministry of Lisa over the years and her care for individuals. The regional ministry facilitators and their ministry among us. The finance department and what it does for each of you. Mention was made of reconnection days. Mention was made of area conferences and other times that you've been able to get together with other missionaries. We just want to echo all of those things. God has enabled individuals within our organization to do a great work, and we want to thank him for that. I also categorized a group of things under disappointments as other themes that came out. These were some of the things that were there. A lack of acknowledgement of the work that's been accomplished. A lack of connection when it's promised. A lack of consultation when changes are made, no communication, poor communication, and a lack of response when emails are sent, a lack of follow-through, and then just that there's been so many changes. And you know, we agree and we understand that all of those things are true, and those are some of the things that we really do want to continue to address together as a family over the next while. Another category of themes that came out would be our hopes, and here's just a few of those. To listen to missionaries on the ground and encourage them in their life and ministry, that you hope that would happen within our organization. That there would be a clarity of purpose overall and specifically in the roles of leaders' positions. That there would be increased interaction and fellowship with other missionaries. And this comes from a bunch of them, but I put it together this way: to be known and appreciated by people who really care. And we're hearing you on these things, and we hope that we can and will be able to fulfill some of these hopes together as we work together for God's glory. And then specific suggestions that came out of those hopes. This list is a little bit longer. First of all, prayer. That we would pray together about this, that we would go to God about it. Suggest that we hire competent leaders experienced in overseas missions. Suggest that we revisit allocation and funding. Suggest that we make listening a priority. suggests making relationships building a priority for all leaders. And it included suggestions like regular emails, visits, and Skype calls. At least one person in leadership personally invested in our ministry, a partner in what we do. Make quality member care and fellowship for missionaries a priority. Help us by providing opportunities for resourcing and training. A better website functionality, especially regarding giving. Opportunities for us to learn from each other. A forum for women to help each other in ministry. The recruitment of new missionaries, and inspiring churches to give and go. Again, all those, we would reflect those as well. Those are great suggestions, and we look forward to seeing how we can put them together. Now, if some of the things that are really on your heart were not reflected in these themes that I've drawn out, we would like you to get back to us again. Continue this conversation. We do want to continue to listen to you and to hear what you're saying. These will create some of the focus going forward in terms of things that we realize that need to be done, things that we can strategize how to do them together. And that's the intention of these surveys, and also what we'll be continuing. So if you have further suggestions, we want to continue this conversation. If what I've said here doesn't really reflect your heart, or it really misses something that you feel is essential, please get back to us and let's keep this conversation going. In the weeks to come, we look forward to having more discussions. We look forward to praying together. At some point, we do actually want to call a time of concerted prayer together, and we'll give you some announcements on those as well. Again, if you have suggestions about processes going forward, we would also welcome those as well. Thank you again for the participation, how so many of you wrote in and opened your heart to us in a number of different ways. We appreciate your honesty, and we appreciate your engaging with us as an organization. And we do believe that as the body of Christ comes together, we will understand God's wisdom in all of this better. Again, thank you.